Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back. I feel better. My neck is doing a lot better. First of all, I just want to throw that out there. Second of all, I want to talk about the future and how things are going to change. Can I do that with y'all?
Sunny's journey, come along, let's ride. Turn it up, feel the spark inside. Yeah, Sunny's journey, we shine so bright. Living, loving, learning every day, every night. Sunny's journey, come along, let's ride. Turn it up, feel the spark inside. Yeah, Sunny's journey, we shine so bright. Living, loving, learning every day, every night. Living, loving, learning every day, every
I'm a
night.
big conspiracy theorist. I am a big spiritual human who loves watching like those spiritual videos and manifesting videos and conspiracy theory videos. I don't want this video to like overwhelm you. Neither do I want it to like overwhelm myself. But when I tell you guys, things are going to change and we all feel this. We all know this. Things are slowly changing in a way that it's hard for us to like comprehend it all. You know what I mean? And one thing that I've noticed with people, how distant we are. A lot of us are very distant. And you can try to say hi to someone and you can try to talk to them, but for some reason, they don't want to say anything back. They ignore you, like they're scared of you. I feel like we've become scared of one another. You know, social media, whatever you watch, whatever your algorithm is, that can play a big role in how you treat others too. And I've noticed that. Well, for me, I watch a lot of. I don't watch like the news. I don't watch like politics and stuff. I could care less about any of that stuff. But I do watch a lot of other people's opinions on life and how they believe it is changing, and and then I look around in my own life when I'm like out and about, and I can see that. I can see how why they would say that. A few days ago, I went on a walk and I saw this couple. They were coming up the hill. Well, no, let me go back to this man. There was this one man who was at the very top of the hill. I was out there. I was at the very top of the hill. He was going down the hill, and I said, I did this, and I said, "How are you?" Nothing. Didn't say a word. Had a cigarette in his mouth and was mean mugging me. Now he may have been having a bad day. We don't know. We don't know where each other's heads are, so that's why it's better off to just be nice and cordial with someone than to be like a complete a hole. You know what I mean? And I did this, and I said, "What's up?" or "Hey, how you doing?" I didn't say what's up. I said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he just looked at me, mean mugged me, and I was on the other side of the road. So like it was the road. He was on the left side. I was going up the hill. I was on the right side. So there was like the road in between us where the cars drive by and stuff. And I kept looking back. Sorry, I can't really look back. My neck is still hurts a little bit. I kept looking back to see if he kept staring at me, and he kept looking back also. And then I started getting a little weirded out. For me, I'm not going to judge someone based on like appearance, on how you look, on how if you're mean mugging, because some people would say that if I don't smile, like if I'm just like serious, I look like I just got out of prison. I've been told that. People really thought that I just got out of prison. I'm like the nicest person ever. But no one will know that unless they actually meet you, you know what I mean? So I don't be going around being mean to people. I'll say hi. This couple, there was a couple, a girl and a guy. They were walking up the hill, and it was after this incident with the man. It was the same day, and I was going down the hill. They were going up the hill, and I said, "Hello, how are you?" Nothing. Silent. A mouse. They didn't like mean mug me, but they also didn't say hi. And I understand. Like I get it. You know, being isolated for such a long time during that time period when it happened, it put a lot of fear into people's eyes, I believe. And people just, I don't know, they just, not as talkative. I really think that all this was like a test, like it was supposed to happen. Whoever they are, I'm just gonna say they, the higher ups, the all that the government, it's all the same thing, right? And I feel like they got us right where they wanted us when that when the COVID happened and everybody was freaking out. Not everybody. There was people who were just like, "What is this BS? Like this? There ain't no way this is real." It's so wild because Gianni and I we caught something around that time, but when we went to the doctor, they never told us it was COVID. So like, what was it? What did we catch? But we had the same thing. He got it first, and then I got it after him, and it was like our skin was boiling hot. When you felt our skin, it was like hot as hell. But internally, we were freezing. Like I need like we needed more blankets put on us and stuff. And I was like, what is this? Hot flashes, sweating, but internally we felt very cold. So I don't know what we caught, but it wasn't COVID apparently to them, right? And so when we were stuck indoors, because we were all stuck indoors, I was working at a restaurant at the time, and that restaurant was closing their doors, and they were only doing pickups and delivery, so they didn't need most of us. So I wasn't working, and we were getting some big paychecks. Do y'all, those of you who did, who had to experience, do y'all remember getting those big paychecks for like $700 a week? Could you imagine if I actually saved that? I couldn't. Well, I guess I could have because I was of age, but I was afraid of my adopted father, so I had to give him my paychecks. I know, silly, silly, but free money, like literally free money. All you had to do was call them and let them know where you were working, and you did it once a week. So like I would call like on a Wednesday, and I would get paid like next Wednesday, and then call again. That's how I had to do it over here. And when you're isolated for that long, um, I wasn't online a lot at that time. I didn't know much about like YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that. But that's when those apps were really bumping and booming. You know what I mean? And all people did was either on their phones, video gaming. Like they did things to distract them. Um, Kids were out of school for a while until they went back, and then they were still out of school because they were doing Zoom calls and stuff, and it kept us to where we became isolated, obviously, but very distant. And I personally felt like I was distant with myself. I mean, not only was the environment that I was living in very toxic, and I was so ready to get out, it was like, like it was like, what else was there to do? It was mandatory. You couldn't go to bars. Bars were closing like at 9 or 8 p.m. So life before that, once we known, was just all gone. And it feels like nothing got back to whatever the norm is. I've seen videos of like people say that, life really changed after the 1999, I believe. So once we got into the 20th century in the 2000s, that's when life started becoming very unusual and different. I was born in 96, so I was growing up in the era where like computers, TVs, even though I still had the box TVs because like my adopted parents, they still had like older things. They had a flat screen, but it was later on, in the 2000s. But I remember wanting a cell phone really bad, and I got one, but I was a sophomore. It was my sophomore year. I might have been like 16, 15 years old, and I started doing sports. This is when I started doing sports, and my adopted mother had given me her flip phone, and it was a purple flip phone. And she said, "I'm going to give you this, but it's just for when you have to call me, like to let me know where you are or how you're doing or whatever." because I was playing sports. I didn't get my first touchscreen iPhone until I was 19 years old, and it's when I had my first ever serious relationship, and it was actually his. He had given me his phone, and I thought it was the coolest thing. I was like, oh my gosh! I was like, you can just pop up Facebook, because with the flip phones, you had an option to get online, but the teeny tiny screens and all these buttons, I didn't really know what I was doing, and you had to pay for the service. It wasn't like it was free. So back to what I was saying, I really feel like something is, and a lot of us feels it. I see a lot of videos, I see a lot of YouTubers who talk about this, and I've been waiting to talk about it, and now I'm talking about it because I feel like more of us needs to talk about it, and more of us need to come together. Um, a few, I'm gonna pop up a few of my favorite uh, YouTubers who talk about real life stuff. I'm gonna pop their channels up here. Go follow them if you enjoy videos like this. I definitely recommend, and it's taught me a lot more. I've definitely informed myself better with what is going on, and not that I didn't know, because I feel like I did, especially when I was a kid. It never made sense to me because my adopted mother and father, they were very strict on us getting our degree, whether it was a master's or a bachelor's degree. And when you fast forward into now, into today's time, there's no point. There's really no point of going to college. Go to college if you want to. I'm not saying that it's like a bad thing or don't do it. If you want to do it, do it. Do it. But you know it puts you in a situation where you have a 50-50 chance whether you get a really nice job. But even if you get a really nice job, where are you living? Like, homes are out of the picture to buy off a home. So the future is looking lonely in a way. And don't get me wrong, I love social media. Social media made an impact in a lot of our lives. Especially, I wouldn't be able to be sitting here talking to y'all if this wasn't possible. And you meet some really cool people, um, social media friend, like online friends, and you slowly get to know them. They slowly get to know you. So it's not like you guys are going to be complete strangers. That's if you don't really talk to them. Like, if you have subscribers and you guys don't like talk back and forth, then yeah, it's still like a stranger. But you thank them for the support that they're giving you. But like for me, I enjoy talking to you guys. Like, I don't have many people who I really talk to in my day to day life, especially because being online and talking to someone is completely different than actually talking to them in person. Because you guys may just be talking about like your video, for example, or something that actually matters, like your artwork, y'all's artwork and stuff. But like in person, what are like the main things that people be talking about? Literally the same thing, like, oh, how are you doing? Where are you working now? Stuff like that, and it's pointless. It's pointless conversations. I made a video about this. And so now I really feel like with the whole lockdown and being shut out of the whole world, I feel like we are entering, whether it's in the next 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, we're entering a very lonely world, like our reality. Um, but online, you'll meet a lot of people. Like, we will meet a lot of people. A lot of nice people. A lot of nice people who have like similar beliefs in you and who likes doing the same things like you. And then maybe, depending on how far you guys are away from each other, you can meet up, and then like maybe they can be your friends in your real life or whatever. But it's hard to make friends now. It's hard to make friends. And being the introvert that I am, because I mean, I really feel like I was an extrovert growing up. I loved talking to people. I loved hanging out and stuff like that. Now I'm a homebody. Like, I'd rather be home, um, absorbing all the peace that I have before I have to go out and about. Like, I don't even like that I'm out right now. It's beautiful, but I'd rather like go on like a trail on my own or like go outside and walk by myself than to be around a lot of people. And it's not like I fear people, it's just you just never know. Um it's also another thing with like social media is whatever you consume, whatever videos you consume, it plays into your reality. So if you're watching a lot of negative, scary, just not knowing what to expect videos with people who are hurting each other and killing each other and bullying and harming one another, then that's what you're going to process in your head to then make it your reality. And I'm trying not to do that so much. They're entertaining and maybe we like entertainment, but if we watch so much of that, then it plays a role in how we live in our day-to-day life. Not only that, but like for me, I think about like finance too. I have one vehicle. You know, I'm grateful that I have a vehicle because many people might have to take like the bus or the train or have to walk to stores. So I'm grateful I have a vehicle. I have to pay for it. It's not free. I'm still paying off of it. It's probably going to be getting paid for another, I don't know, 5, 6, 10 years maybe. Um, which is fine. I mean, it drives nice. It's reliable. It does well on gas, but it's like I don't. Gas is so expensive. It's like it's like think about it this way. You have a family, right? Say you have a family of four. Okay, so when I grew up, there was four kids, and then our two adopted parents. Our adopted parents, they the my adopted father was a superintendent. So he was getting paid like 110,000 a year. And then my adopted mother, she was a librarian, but she had retired at least 6, 7 years before he ever did. So she was living on her 401k. What's a 401k anymore? Like, is that even really a thing? Like, do people still get their 401ks? And they we lived in big homes growing up, big homes, 3-story houses, pools in the backyard, stuff like that, right? How rare is it to live like that anymore, even with a family of six, you know? And it's rare. It's rare. And it's highly impossible. It's possible, but it's starting to look like it's impossible. And when when all I have a vehicle, right? I have a vehicle. I already told you about my 9 to 5 jobs and how it's not, it's just not for me. Um, but say like I do delivery, right? I always said delivery work, they should provide you with a vehicle. I'm sorry. Like if you get provided a vehicle for like Amazon and the UPS and stuff like that, why aren't delivery work? Why can't you provide your delivery drivers a vehicle? You get paid plenty. Your company gets paid millions, maybe billions. Who knows? I don't know. But anyways, um, getting off topic. What was I saying? So yeah, I personally believe that everything is coming full circle, and this is what they've wanted from us. Like they wanted us to be like this. And I keep telling Gianni this. I don't know where his head is at with all of this, but I enjoy talking about this. I'm not. I don't let it consume my day to day life because I still have to live my life. We still have to live our lives, even if we enjoy talking about this or watching videos like this. But I still have to live my life, and but it's the fact that we all got isolated for 2 years. It was like 2.5 years. People were scared. People were going and buying, emptying the shelves in stores, and just like they were freaking out. And I don't blame them. A lot of people passed away from this. If this even was like a serious thing, or they were doing it all on purpose because they were trying to get rid of us. And it's kind of like that's what they're kind of doing now. Like they're trying to get rid of us. They're trying to minimize how many people are here. You know what I mean? I can't be the only one who feels this way. Like they're really trying to get rid of us, or a lot of us, not all of us, but a lot of us. Because with digital ID coming out, you guys did your research on that, right? That I don't know. Like this is the new world order. This is what they want. And with like creating like whatever we can think of, this is how the future could possibly be going. And whatever we can think of, like if I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about something, I can just like it just happens. Like it's in my head. And when you're in your head a lot, like I'm in my head a lot. And a lot of the visuals that I see in my head aren't nice to me. So I try to get those ugly visuals out of my head and try to put like peaceful visuals in my head, but it can be hard, especially if you're just starting that. It's taken me a while to actually train my brain to do that. But I'm here and I'm doing it, and it's like if they're going to do this, then nothing is yours anymore. So like your thoughts and your visuals in your head and stuff, nothing is going to be yours anymore. How does that work? Like we're never going to think again. We're going to or no, I'm sorry, we can think of whatever we want to think about, but it's not like our thoughts in a way. I don't know. It's like we're going to be programmed into being like this robotic walking machine. But when you think about it, do you guys go to grocery stores? I do delivery work, and when I be going to grocery stores, people just seem like and what is it called? NPCs. Is that what they say? Yeah. People just seem like NPCs. Like they're just walking around like zombies almost. And oh my gosh, I can make a whole separate video with that, but I'm gonna need to do that in this one. Oh, my neck's starting to hurt. I usually have uh, it is really starting to hurt. I always keep a sock. I keep a sock with some rice, some warm rice, and I put it on my neck. It helps the blood circulation, blood flow. But yeah, I don't know, you guys. What do you guys think? I really want to know what you guys think. If you enjoy if you enjoy listening to videos like this, I do. I listen to a lot of videos where they just sit and talk about what is to come and their beliefs on what is to come, because I know that I'm not alone. Like I think the same way that a lot of people do. And go check out those other channels. If you like videos like this, go check them out. I definitely recommend it, but I don't recommend to watch them all the time. Definitely keep your funny comedy trailer tales. That's for me. I love trailer tales. Um, Keep those in your algorithm. Don't just stick to videos like this. I recommend that because it will overwhelm you and you will just be overthinking everything. So let me know, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that what is to come, do you think we should fear it? I don't think you should fear anything. Um, you should only fear your God. And I do say your God because not all of us has the same God. It's my belief. I don't believe we all have the same God. I believe that we all have different gods, but it's all one. If that makes sense. I don't know. That's who you should fear. You shouldn't fear anything else in your day to day life. And that is what they want you to do. They want you to fear what is in store or what is going to happen. So then it's easier to control you, easier to have control over you. That's what I believe. But I don't know. I just feel like there's too many people who are afraid of leaving their house. Let me know. Am I making any sense? Anyways, if you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love and support that you guys have been showing me. The past few days have been a rough one. I had that mental breakdown a few days ago, and my neck didn't make any better. So now I'm out. Like go outside. The sun really does do something to you, but in a good way, in a good way. Um, don't stay cooped up indoors all day. I know how it feels like, and it's not the best. Even if you just walk on your front porch or just walk to your mailbox or something, do something outside. But if you made it to this video, thank you so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and definitely hit that notification bell button, because a lot of YouTubers, their videos don't be coming out to people, to like their subscribers and stuff. I have subscribed to many YouTubers who I don't even get their notification, and the bell is on for some of them. I gotta go back and put more for the other ones. But anyways, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, you guys. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Love you.